Hey there, everybody. Welcome to episode 4 of Moving Forward. This week we're going to discuss Shy Boy by David Lee Roth, but originally written by Billy Sheehan and performed with his band Talus before joining the David Lee Roth band. Normally I'd be having the track playing behind the intro, but as you may or may not know, my cover this week was blocked by WMG. So this week I'm taking some of the licks I learned from the song and playing over a backing track that I got from Elevated Jam Tracks. And so that's the story with that, and I'll put that at the end just for fun. So Steve and Billy really tear it up on the song. Steve Vai is one of my favorite guitar players. You may have noticed, but let's just get straight into it. Song starts off with a bunch of noise, whammy bar stuff, and it has a technique I want to discuss real quick. If you're not familiar with this method of depressing the bar and then slamming the string to get the harmonic to pop out, used a lot by Steve, Dimebag Darrell, Matthias E. Uckland, who's really great at it, plays melodies with it and other notes, fretted notes against it, so on and so forth. But it's just a matter of depressing the bar. Some harmonics are harder than others obviously, and it just takes some practice. But I thought it was worthy of mentioning. And then that fast legato run comes in, and the song is fairly simple harmonically speaking. It's in D minor. They go back and forth between D minor and D Dorian, so there's not a whole lot to discuss theory-wise, but we'll dabble in it a bit. But most of this stuff is going to be technical in nature. And this is in D Dorian, like I said. It starts off with a 6-note pattern on the first 4 strings, staying in the D Dorian scale, which is D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So, same notes as the C major scale if you want to think about it that way. No sharps or flats. When he gets to the A string and turns it around, it's just a 5-note pattern. He gets to the top, the D note, and he slides up to the E, and I want to talk about this for just a second, because I think this is a good opportunity to take this idea and apply it to one's own playing.
Try this.
Just that being staying in the scale or key you're in and sliding around on the same string with the same pattern. It's got a cool sound. It doesn't have to be that pattern, you know? You can apply it to different patterns and shapes and keys. So I thought it was noteworthy, but let's move on. After that legato run, he gets into the main riff of the song. This is just based off of D pentatonic or D minor. And then this fast descending 6's run, which is pretty much in D minor pentatonic, with the exception of this passing B flat note, which is the 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ending on the D. The hardest part about this is coming out of this F to D move, kind of depressing the bar, and then getting to the high D note. So I think it's important when having big shifts like this to practice just that move, you know? So I practice just hitting that high D note, because you got the bar in your hand, and then you're going to get into the fast run, but you can't get into the fast run if you don't start in the right place. And the same thing would apply with those slides in the legato run. Maybe just practice getting to that first E note in this first slide. Same thing with the second slide to the B. And then finally down from B to B, I think it's... Right? So those help, and then you can add on to the lick and kind of put the pieces together. So then he's into the main riff again. And instead of playing the single note, now he's adding the 7 and the 3, and it's kind of suggesting a D minor 7. He shifts that up a whole step, and then comes back with the slide. Uses the B flat here, the 6, gets that half step movement, takes it out of the the pentatonic or blues feel for a second, gives it a little darker, harder edge, and moves down to the F for the verse. Now, I said before that this song is somewhat simple harmonically speaking, but Steve and Billy really use that to their advantage to put in a whole bunch of licks and sounds and really dress it up. And whether it's the harmonic thing, or the pick scrapes, or the tapping in the second verse, which they start off by going to a high F. And they play harmonics against an open G string. Got the D right, and the G against the G string. Then this tapping figure, just up and down 4 notes, the A, G, F, and E, and then back up. But I do believe it starts ascending from the E, so it's pick up. And then this little move. I think Steve and Billy do that hand over hand, but I did not attempt that. So, moving on, that pretty much covers the verse and chorus, but he does, there are some variations with the chorus. Sometimes he plays with these bar chords. There's the typical Steve Vai whammy stuff in there. That kind of stuff. And there's, even later in the song, an octave up. But for the solo, it shifts to B minor, which is the relative minor of D major, which is, down a minor third from the key that you're in. So whatever you want to call that, I believe is a D minor to D major, the relative major. No, I don't think that's it. I don't think that's right. Anyway, I digress. Moves to B minor. And he's back with the whammy bar stuff. That run is D minor, D Dorian-ish, and I say, both because he's playing a major 6 here, but not here. And then just a straight B minor pentatonic thing, or blues. With a lot of Steve Vai in there. The first part of it, you would think, is pretty straightforward, right? But then he adds the harmonic with the bending in time and rhythm, which is a very Steve Vai thing to do. And then this crazy tapping thing. It's kind of one of those things, again, you have to put it together piece by piece. hardest part of this to me was the moving up chromatically, because you have the hammer from nowhere with the middle finger. And then he ends it with this cool sweep idea. And I want to point out that he's not outlining he's outlining chords. He's not following a chord progression, I should say. He's just staying diatonic and using what falls under the fingers easily. So this first one is an F major 7, but you see it's that shape that's a stair step shape, and then similar slides down an octave. It's D minor. And ends the solo with just a pentatonic bending thing. Step and half bend at the end from the D to the F. So it comes out of that back into another chorus, I believe. There's variations, harmonic stuff, and then he goes up to the higher octave. Now that crazy tapping thing, which is all D minor again. Now, I watched videos and listened to it closely, and I know it's easier to do this. I've seen it tabbed like this. You don't have to move the hand, but I hear the slide. I hear the drag, I think, and maybe it's just because I've seen it, but it seems to stay in time better for me that way. Oh. And then another chorus, and the octave thing at the end. And those accents against that B octave, he's just adding the high E and A there, and I'm not exactly sure of the timing. It was more of a feel thing. I had to do it a couple times to get it with the drums, but that's what that is. It came right after the one, so I would count one and then get into those accents, and then more harmonic madness at the end. So that wraps up the song Shy Boy. I hope you're able to apply some of this stuff to your own playing, like I said. And I think there's a lot of cool things there, obviously.
Freaking awesome!
And coming up next, like I said, is the backing track where I put to use a lot of these licks from the song over a D minor backing track by Elevated Jam Tracks. So until next time, we have been moving forward. See ya.